Hello everyone. Today we're starting off by opening a bunch of packages. Just got a bunch of parts in. Excuse me. So two of my favorite sites I always ordered parts from, especially for all the older stuff back in the day, Performance PC and Frozen CPU. I believe both of them are actually going out of business, so everything that they have is whatever's left. As you can see, some of this stuff is super old. The yellowing on this package is crazy. You can barely see inside. But a lot of this stuff has to do with the Fat Xbox. We're going to talk about that today. This is the Fat 360. Water cooling it. This was the one that had the copper stuff on a while back. Video water cooled Xbox. It had the RGB ring of lights and I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. So I started to repurpose that one into a fully internal build for a client, and then they backed out of it, so it kind of got set aside, even though I was almost done with it. It wasn't that big of a deal because I already had most of the parts. I didn't really put much money into it, but I'm basically revamping that one, and I kind of want this one to have a little bit of everything from the previous builds or 360s that were my favorites. So one, it being fully internal, not having a radiator on top or reservoir sticking out. So we've got a radiator back here. It's a triple 40. So it's going to have three 40mm fans on it, and I originally got red and blue UV ones. But since these guys are going out of business, these fans were $1.50 each. Some of them was the last one they had. I tried to just get one of every color, so we'll see which ones look the best. Maybe I'll do a mix and match, we'll see. But for right now, I want a built-in temperature display. I want it to be able to go vertical and horizontal like the Slim. Like I said, everything internal. Obviously this is going to stick out, which leads me to this, the 200mm fan. That was one of my favorite builds. You can check that out. It's a 200mm fan, water-cooled Xbox. Now that one had the reservoir on the backside, but this one's fully internal. To be honest, this fan is way more than enough that I could probably take everything out of the inside, just take the top half of the water block off and just have the exposed copper and just have this fan blowing on it. But of course we're going to overkill it. We just have to. Okay, so some of the parts we got here besides all these fans, we'll look at those later. We have a cold cathode kit. This is a UV 4-inch kit. Now I had originally planned to use this in this build, and so I had the cable sleeved UV pink, which by the way, this one will be, I have a blue and pink roll board. We've got mostly blue, like O-rings, UV reactive stuff. This fan is blue, and then I was going to use this UV pink fluid, and then we've got UV strips going around the inside, the thin ones. And instead I think I want to use this in the Slim. We might only be able to fit one of these in there, but it'll go on that back side behind the DVD drive, which would be about right here, but obviously a different console. So we'll see if we can get this to fit. Obviously it has a dual inverter, which is going to take up a lot of space. That's going to be the hardest thing to fit. But I have another order on the way from another website, I can't remember. That I think it's a single inverter, but it's like see-through, and you can have it sound reactive. So we'll see if we can get that to work in that one. Everything else is just a bunch of fittings here. These are Alpha Cool. So on the Slim, the fittings that were on the radiator, those long black ones, that was not supposed to be the final product. That was just to see if it worked, and I was really waiting on these. Look a lot cleaner on there, so that's what those are for. I believe we have, this is like a T-fitting rotary, and another 90 here. And then we also got ourselves some reservoir mounts. There's some other reservoir mounts. Again, that was for the Slim. These thinner ones just, I don't know, they don't support it as well. I like these wider ones. The only difference is this plastic isn't quite as clear. It's more opaque. And then these stands are actually completely see-through, which is nice. And then here we have another temperature display. Now these I see are becoming a lot harder to come by. These old temperature displays where it either has a flat sensor or a G1 and a quarter plugs, and it's just a 4-pin Molex, which is super easy to just splice it into anything you want. A lot of them now are USB, or they just, you know, they don't really have things like this. They got like an all-in-one unit. But this is an orange one, and I think I want to put that on the, again, on the Slim with the copper faceplate. Instead of that blue dial, we'll have the orange one. For this one, I think I still have a black and white monitor that may or may not still be... It was one that was on the PS3, and it was getting kind of dim, but we'll see if we can get it to work here. Maybe we'll install one of those momentary switches like on the Slim. Okay, we got one more big box here. Actually, I opened this one earlier. As I said, I mentioned something about the PSP in another previous video. You can actually get these on eBay unopened for $25 right now. And I've always wanted the camera that goes on top of the PSP, and this is the best way to get it. It looks like just trying to find the cameras are like 80, 90 bucks minimum, but like I said, this game, and you know, you get the game too, which I don't really care. It looks terrifying, to be honest, but I just want the camera. 24 bucks, showed up in a couple days, so I'll try that out later. But over here in this box, we have 2 Xbox Fats that are broken. We got it for $30, shipped to the house. The reason I got these is on this system here, which is not currently installed, our DVD drive. Apparently when I moved recently, I got rid of a couple boxes of parts, and one of them was the metal casing for this DVD drive. Now I have this is the Ghost case clear top piece, and it sucks. It is terrible. I've tried gluing it in place. It's just, the problem is it's too flimsy, and the disc will just skip, and I already ruined a couple discs because of that. So I wanted to just put the metal case on there, and we'll just paint it since you'll be able to see it through this clear fan. Maybe we'll cut a window in it like in the Slim, we'll see. But anyway, this is a light-on drive, I believe. It has the yellow wires here. And it looks like just to get a replacement drive, because it's really hard to find just a metal case. No one's really selling that. But to get a replacement drive, it's like $80. So I said, screw that. We'll just find a couple broken Xboxes and hope that one of these has the same type of drive. Whether it's Philips or light-on, should be the same style case. So we'll pop these out and see what we got. Alrighty. So, right off the bat, I got these from the same seller. I got the Slim, replacement Slim console that I'm swapping all the water cooling stuff into. And like I said, that one was labeled as a 4 gigabyte, even though it definitely wasn't. But I'm sure they were just trying to make it seem like it didn't come with the hard drive. So, now right off the bat, it said this was 1 Elite and 1 Pro. So immediately that's wrong, because as we can see here, Pros and Elites have an HDMI. This one doesn't. So this is already not that. Also, I'm pretty sure the Elites were the black one. Neither one of these is black. So it looks like we have an Arcade and a Pro. Let's get this one out and see. Okay, right away this one's in much better shape than the other one. Got our HDMI port, some sticker residue, a couple little scratches, but I'm glad we have another faceplate to work with, and a side piece. since I have cut up the ghost case one on that one, obviously, to the point where it's pretty much unusable, and I think I'm just gonna use one of these and paint it. Now I'm hoping one of these has the right DVD drive I can use. I'm also gonna see if I can fix these, and if I can, at least this one I'm hoping, the HDMI port. Like I said, we're gonna do another build, water-cooled, since I have another block, and we'll think about actually putting this one up for sale. And we'll try to make an all stealthy internal build, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so right off the bat, you could just pop the faceplate off these and see what color wires are in that little opening there. This one is white. I'm looking for yellow, and this one has no wires. I can't even see them. It's just kind of blocked off, it looks like. I'm gonna assume that the warranty stickers have been taken off, but we'll get into those another time. Alright guys, so I've got to clean up this whole mess. We're not going to get into too much else today, but we'll give you a little sneak peek. Got the pink, got the UV under there, the blue fan, and then there'll be these 3 fans in the back, which were very loud at 12 volts, so I hooked them up to 5 volts instead. They still glow with their built-in UV lights, but then they become silent, and they still move quite a bit of air. Not that they really need it with this thing here, but that'll still help draw the air out the back. And we will look into opening all these right now as well, and we'll just give a little sample to see what colors I should go with, even though the original is probably going to match the best, as they are red frame with blue fans, and it all glows. Alright everyone, to finish up this video, we're going to look at these fans. So we have red with blue. I got 3 of these originally. That's what I was going to use in this, and I probably still will, because everything is blue and pinkish red. But they also have red with green, orange with yellow, orange with blue, yellow with blue, yellow with orange, solid yellow, yellow with red, and I have 4 of those because they only had that many left in stock, so I just got the rest of them. Yellow, green with yellow, and then solid green. I'm not going to turn all these on, but we do have a UV flashlight, so you can kind of see how they glow. These kind of look the same in this camera, to be honest, but it will look different when they're on. And all these have their own built-in UV lights back there, so like I said, we'll probably use this one still. And then the last thing I have is if I should leave this fan just clear and disconnect the LEDs, or if I should leave the blue LEDs. If I take them off, I will make sure there's another UV strip going around the back so you can see all the tubing that's above the DVD drive and everything. But that's it for today. I'm going to clean this up and then probably take a peek at these Xboxes and see what's going on inside. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, leave a comment, and have a good one.